Texans 6-5. And we're underway with Fairbairn kicking it off to will lead this Indianapolis offense. We heard the reports throughout the week. Fractured fibula, left leg. That's the so Houston will be keeping an eye on it, and so will everybody in the NFL. How does it affect how he performs?
Thank you for the anatomy report. That's a great way to start it.
I did some extra study.
It certainly is something that's going to be watched early in this game to see how he's moving, how he can handle rolling out and bootlegs, play actions, etc. Because obviously he's going up against that tenacious duo of Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Jonathan Taylor, the NFL's leading rusher, is just having an incredible season. Fake the handoff. Jones to throw it. He does, and it's caught by Taylor, but quickly handled by Azeez Al-Shaair, limiting Taylor to a 2-yard pickup. All right, the matchup today between this Indy offense and this Houston today. D'Amico Ryan says his team has a swarm mentality. Evan will have more on that later today as Jones just tosses it into the ground at the feet of Tyler Warren, who popped up on the injury report late in the week dealing with a stomach virus. And now it's 3rd and 8. And this is not something Indianapolis has dealt with a whole ton. They've been the best first down team in the NFL. Normally, they face 3rd and manageable.
They average 6.9 yards per play on first down, easily best in the NFL, 8th best since 1991. When they're on rhythm, they're very tough to beat. If you can stop them on first down and put them in these situations, that's what Matt Burke, the defensive coordinator of the Texans, is trying to do today.
Concerns in the 4th quarter and overtime against Kansas City. They couldn't do anything offensively. Jones, and it's mishandled. Trying to toss it to the outside for Indianapolis, and Josh Downs.
Huge 3-and-out to start. Remember, Shane Steichen took the ball. He believed in the plays that he had, and just wasn't meant to be on that first drive for the Colts.
They punted 6 times last week. That was their season high in the loss to Kansas City. Rigoberto Sanchez puts it in the air. Knoll, the return man, from the 18. Cuts it to the sideline, and he's out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the #1 defense in the NFL lives up to its billing on the opening drive. That's a 14-yard return, 45-yard quarterback. And you can just tell in our sit-down with CJ how excited and ready he is to employ some of the knowledge that he gained from that bird's-eye view.
Yeah, he talked a lot about that bird's-eye view and seeing things from that 30,000-foot view. And he said, our defense is great. We just need to be efficient on offense and let our defense be great. And they also need to improve in the red zone, which they have done the last 3 weeks.
Extra offensive lineman on the first play from scrimmage for Houston. It's a handoff. And it's Woody Marks who stood up at the line. Basically no gain on the play.
And here's the Houston offense against that Colts defense. Man-to-man coverage is going to be the story of the day. Since adding Sauce Gardner and
Anarumo coach defense for Indianapolis. It's a 2nd down and 9. Stroud, soft toss over the middle. It's caught by Higgins, and he's got a first down. So the rookie from Iowa State takes it for 11. Eventually, Adabare got to him. That'll move the shaken up on the play. Colts made the move with the New York Jets, giving up 2 first-round picks to get a lockdown corner to pair with Charvarius Ward. Now he is headed for the locker room. 2nd and 10 for the Texans. Single setback is Marks. He's gotten the lion's share of the carries in recent weeks. Runs into a wall just short of the 45. They'll give him a yard on forward progress. Nick Cross has been a tackling machine. Makes the stop. Gardner needs help.
Yeah, and this is never what you want to see. You don't want a star player going out. You want to see these two teams at full strength going to battle. But when you talk about the Colts defense, we just mentioned, they play man-to-man at the highest rate in the NFL. Since expect to see a little more mix-up in that defense with some more zone added in.
It's a 3rd and long nickel package here for Indy. Stroud gets rid of it quickly, and it's snatched by Collins. Collins with yards after the catch. Into Colts territory, 21 yards on the hookup. The rookie also learned a lot from Case Keenum, who was on the roster at the time. Marks nowhere to go. Colts were ready for him. Cameron Bynum leading the charge. A 1-yard loss on the play as we check in with Evan.
And you walked us through the visuals. It's a calf injury for Sauce Gardner, listed as questionable. Injury, fellas.
And a big hit as the Colts obviously made the move with the idea of pairing two lockdown corners with one another, Gardner and Ward, who's come back from injury.
No question. When you have two guys like that who can completely lock down receivers, it changes and gives you so many options as a defensive coordinator.
A dart over the middle is handled by Hutchinson. Hutchinson cuts it to the outside. And he's dropped just short of the 10 by Ward. There has been a back to the ground, and Chubb will pick up 2 on that inside run. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
And here, down in the red zone, is where the Texans have seen improvement the last 3 games. They really, really struggled in both. Rudy's going to be huge.
Stroud in the pocket, steps up. Stroud gets rid of it at the last moment. It was a bouncer in the direction of Knoll. Incomplete. Pressure from the combination of Lewis and Stewart as the Colts continue to play without the injured.
Go chaos. I'm wondering where everybody is. That's one of those examples. He left a clean pocket there just because he thought he ran out of time.
Agunbowale is in. 3rd down. Stroud steps up. Stroud gets away. Buying time. And a flag is down. Incomplete. Penalty marker flew at the 3-yard line. Stroud kept that play alive just by jostling around.
The quarterback was still in the pocket. Illegal contact. 1st down.
And Clay Martin, our referee. Jalen Jones, the guilty party. And that's one reason why you keep chopping wood. A 1st and goal. Fake the handoff. Stroud steps up. Stroud. And it's over the head of the intended receiver, Hutchinson. Incomplete. Coverage from Mekhi Blackman. 2nd and goal.
You are starting to see a little bit of those struggles that Houston's had down there in the red zone. We'll see what happens on the next couple plays, but
Chubb takes it into the line. Spin move. And he's down right around the 1 with a flag thrown at the 5. And it's going to work against Houston.
Formation offense. Number 57 had reported as an eligible receiver and was covered up by number 81. It's a 5-yard penalty and replay the down.
Check with the referee. He must not have gotten clearance there.
So line of scrimmage is now just inside the 10. A 2nd and goal for Houston. Back to a
very similar
set.
situation right here. Yeah.
Chubb behind C.J. Stroud, and whistle blows. They're going to use a timeout.
Houston calls their first time out of the half. 30 seconds.
There was a lot of confusion on the Houston offense there. They had a guy covered up again. Nico Collins was covering up Dalton Schultz, and they weren't 100% sure either. What Patrick Mahomes to 1 for 6 in the red zone. They've been a fantastic red zone defense.
It's a bootleg. Stroud tosses it to the tight end. Stover, he's fighting inside the 5. The Colts bend but don't break. Philosophy is red zone. Played well enough to win. They fell short in overtime. Stroud deflected at the line of scrimmage, and the Colts hold up. Grover Stewart. Long drive for the Texans. They settle for 3, but they take the lead on the road at Indianapolis. Last week, that win over Buffalo really opened people's eyes up around the NFL about how special this unit is as Jonathan Taylor works his way out across the 30-yard line for a gain of 5. Send it down to Evan Washburn.
Well, Daniel Jones is protecting that left fibula with a 3D custom pad that was produced by his college room.
If something happens off schedule, and he was like, I don't ever go in order of the first 15. I like to think of my favorite 15, and then I just pick from there.
3rd and 4, Colts trying to convert. Jones can't get out of there. Houston makes him pay. The Texans get Sheldon Rankins home.
This is just a complete collapse. All four rushers working together to get a sack for that Texans defense.
So another punt for Sanchez. Noel waiting for it. Floats to him at the 19. Going to try to circle to the other side. And he crosses the 30-yard line on the return. 15 yards on the run back. 55-yard punt. Used up for this Indianapolis defense.
118.
Fake the handoff. Flag is down. Stroud will throw it. Downfield connection made. Slipping away Christian Kirk for extra yards. 21 total. The penalty marker indicates it's coming back.
Offense. The left tackle, number 79, was not covered up on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And that is the rookie Ursery.
That really frustrate coaches because they are simple before the play. There's nothing affecting you besides your own mental error.
Nick Chubb in there. Stroud gets rid of it quickly. It's caught by Schultz and then dropped on the play by Blackman. NFL Today update. Let's send it to New York and Adam Shine.
Ian, JJ, Trevor.
And it feels like now the AFC South is starting to pick up. We mentioned Indianapolis. The Chiefs ran 41 more plays than the Colts last week. Stroud, look out. He's dropped. Sack from Wormley. He was pulled up from the practice squad, activated for Michigan. And now he puts Houston in a hole. 3rd and 18. Dime package for the Colts. Deep drop for Stroud. He's going to throw it underneath. Pass is complete to Schultz. He's not going to get to the line to gain as he's hit along the sideline, and now it's 4th down for Houston. Tackle made by the nickel Kenny Moore the second. Anthony Gould waiting at the 23-yard line. Now he'll back it up to the 15. Snapper is Brinkman. Not much of a rush. Townsend puts it high in the air. A wobbler handled by Gould. Takes it upfield, and he's brought down by the ankles. He got hit down low by Amir Speed, defense in the NFL. Jones on a give to Taylor, and he carries the pile with him out across the 25-yard line. That's just the second carry for him. Does have one catch, covers 3 yards. Tackle made by Dylan Horton, who takes great pride in doing exactly that. Taylor again. He takes on the linebacker Al Shire, and he's limited to a 3-yard pickup. Taylor's numbers against Houston are tremendous.
Different things.
2nd down and 7, under a minute to go here in the first. Jones, deep drop. He will fire. Tight window. And Pittman couldn't haul it in. Jalen Petrie is back for Houston, and that put a big smile on D'Amico Ryan's face in the return of Petrie as we check in with Evan.
Well, and you touched on it. Woody Marks dealing with a